Welcome back, everybody. We have been talking all show about the incredibly high stakes for this third place match, CLG taking game one against Curse Gaming. So here's a look at what the players had to say about a showdown like this, where it's win or go home.
The third place game is, I think, the most important match of the entire tournament.
It is all or nothing, really.
This is everything. This is the big cheese.
We have to win.
The winner goes home situation is basically a match that no one wants to play. There's too much depending on it.
If we win, we're guaranteed a spot in the Season 2 championships.
If we lose, then, it could be the end of our careers.
This is like the breaking point. Definitely a lot on the line.
Of course, now that this is our last chance, it's going to be probably a little bit more pressure for people.
We just have to give it our all. We can't let it down us.
This is the most important match of our career.
To win this is basically a dream, because for the next year, we'll be able to live comfortably playing League of Legends.
You get more money, you get everything. You get more recognition, but I want the moolah. That big prize money, that's what we want.
You need to know your opponents, you need to know your strategies, and you need to know what you're going to do.
If you lose, you are completely out. It's one winner, one loser, and that's it.
And Jat, in that game one, it really felt like Curse was all over the place. CLG disrupting them and being so successful. In this game two, what are they going to have to do to come back?
We talked about pregame. Curse needs to stick together. They need to initiate together. They did not have clean fights. CLG took the initiative. Curse needs to take it back. They need to play together. They can't tilt. They need to follow a cohesive lead and get some team strategy going.
So if you think Curse is going to put it all together for game two and send this to a game three, let me hear you in the crowd.
For those of you that are Hotshot GG fans and agree with their decisions to remove St. Vicious and Elements, see if they can prove that it was the right move in this game two. Can they take it home? Sounds like we got a lot of Curse fans in the house.
And surprisingly, Hotshot actually outsmote St. Vicious in a couple of those exchanges. Hotshot saying, hey, I can do this better than you. And in game one, he showed it.
He really played quite well. The control, the first successful gank of the game, he was the one who converted his first gank. St. Vicious had many failed attempts. And now, let's see what these guys have planned for the next game, whether they switch it up as we go into Champion Select.
Bans going out right away from CLG. Nunu, we said, almost a 78% win rate at this tournament. He is strong, he is versatile, he can be support or jungle, and he is not going to be in this game too. CLG grabbing Yorick as well in the bans. Sivir and Olaf for Curse. We said, Boy really liked Olaf, and he showed why in that game one.
He was such a huge threat against Curse there. The split pushing, especially the early laning against Nijaki when he was up triple 60-20 in minion kills. And then he was just an overall nuisance through the rest of the game. He completely took Cop out of team fights. He zoned him out, and he was just a force to be reckoned with his dive buddy in Hotshot. They're taking their times here on the bans. No, they're actually just finished, and they get a Shen. So that's going to be very interesting.
And CLG running a successful disruption chase comp. One axe, one slow, one cleaver was all it took to knock Curse out. And Curse making sure that Big Fat doesn't get that global presence with the Twisted Fate, and St. Vicious picking up Shen to make sure Hotshot doesn't get him in the jungle, and Hotshot is sitting on the jungle Alistar. Jungle Alistar, one of the strongest early gankers in the game right now.
Whether they decide to go with support Alistar, which is something Shouster has done great in the past, or whether they let Hotshot create that early pressure with it, is yet to be seen. You can tell that Curse wanted to absolutely block what CLG did last game. They did not want CLG to take the initiative. Really, the only composition that CLG has pressed with has been the triple teleport. With the change in bans, St. Vicious getting onto that Shyvana. He's got it back, but the Morgana's banned, so how are they going to combo it?
We were talking a little bit before this match about yesterday's match where Nijaki decided to go with Ahri, and St. Vicious had grabbed Shyvana, a quick swap going out.
Oh, they're not even going
Cop
Shyvana yet.
And Westrice sitting on that Sona Corki bottom lane. Elements loves Sona, he loves Blitzcrank, so no surprises if they lock in with these two. Cop's been playing a ton of Corki.
Curse actually here taking the Sona away from Chowster. Chowster did stop them completely in their tracks with multiple crescendos last game. They don't want that to happen again. But if CLG doesn't want to fight Curse, they've proven that they are fantastic at disengaging fights, and Curse is yet to build a really strong initiation comp here. They take the Orianna, and that is actually really clever because we're going to continue here. If they do a Shyvana, they were most likely combo it with an Orianna. And here we see more unconventional picks coming from CLG. This is, again, something new from them.
It seems like CLG is taking up a leaf out of TSM's book and trying to take Curse's champions away, but Nijaki is a scary, scary Karthus. So he's going to be able to do some work against that Orianna mid lane, but Orianna, so much poke can really zone, and one good ultimate can really end a fight.
The Karthus, very good for Nijaki. The last time the Morgana was banned out, the last time Morgana was picked away, Karthus was also banned out. So he has that fallback go-to. They can initiate fights with those Wall of Pains. So if they pick something for St. Vicious, whether he wants to jungle that or whether they want to give that to Westerice, how are they going to combo their initiates, and how are they going to try to create onto CLG? Lulu is a great disengager. So is Alistar. So is Orianna. So once again, this is going to be very interesting.
And we saw a similar composition from the Taipei Assassins, actually, with the Lulu knock-up into the Alistar, where Alistar would go in with the Shurelya's knock-up, and then Lulu would immediately ult him and get the double knock-up, and there is a Jax. Jax, the epitome of late-game terror in that top lane. Crumbs showing just how well Jax can be played. He went 13-2 in his quarterfinal match, so let's see if Voyboy is going to be able to match him.
And this is a great composition for CLG to take the pressure off of Double Lift. They have so much support for Jax when he jumps in with Voyboy. They can throw the Lulu ult on him to make him huge, give him a persisting slow. They can also throw an Orianna ball on him to give him more armored magic resistance and also vacuum in people around him. So this is so much onto Voyboy that's going to be such a huge threat. Double Lift's going to get to do what he wants. He's going to get to sit back, use his farm, and try to crush down Curse. Curse really going to have to come out strong here because there's two very distinct sources of threat from CLG here.
This is diversifying the threat. We said Double Lift cannot be the main source of damage, and he certainly isn't in this composition, but you cannot count out Karthus in this tournament. He's been banned out almost exclusively, but when he hasn't been banned, he has a 100% win rate. So we'll have to see if Nijaki's going to be able to continue that trend.
It is banned out so much, and most of the top teams in this tournament value Karthus, and that's for his very specific reason. He creates team fights. He makes action if they want to. He dives in. He actually dies in the most optimal play. So strong, and Nijaki plays a lot of it.
So we are getting into this game 2. If you want to see CLG Ren end it right here, right now, let me hear you.
If you want to hear Curse staying alive, they need to win the next 2, starting with this one. Let's hear it for Curse Gaming.
And we're into this game. Curse opting for that bottom half invade. St. Vicious rallying his team around that bottom blue side tri-brush, and CLG playing more defensive. They're covering all the different entrances. Jax is in that top tri-brush, and Hotshot making sure that they don't go for a red invade. 3 members of CLG bottom lane. They are well spread out, and they're going to see and be able to collapse on any potential invade. Chowster going for a ward. No, he's not. He's going to go for a Glitter Lance to see if he can catch any members of Curse. And a giggle from Cop as Curse sits around as 5. They are potentially waiting for some aggression from CLG.
Oh, good ward by Chowster, warding over the wall just slightly to extend the ward range. It will seek the most close area of passable terrain if you put it in a wall. He's warded that spot so many times he knew just where to put it, and it takes Curse out of the aggression.
Speaking a little bit more onto that Jax that Voyboy has picked up, there's only been one other Jax in the tournament, and that was with that devastating Crumbs, who went 13-2-7. He was laning against an Aurelia rather than a Shen, but once again, you can never count out Jax in the late game, and CLG loves the late game.
Westerice, somewhat attackable in that top lane. Some teams have singled him out and tried to shut him down. We saw that in Game 3 between TSM and Curse yesterday. They ganked him repetitively, and Chauster double-lift getting very, very iffy here. That Phosphor Bomb didn't reveal them, but they have to proceed with caution. They are completely outnumbered.
And 4 members of Curse are there. St. Vicious starting up on that red, while Hotshot getting a little bit of help from Voyboy and Big Fat. And Shen is there, but he's just going to go straight into his lane. Hotshot's going to be able to pick up his note. He's going to no-smite this. Oh no, Voyboy's actually going to pick up that blue for the top lane.
They gave Voyboy the blue buff early on in the last game as Olaf. He tripled his enemy's CS. Whether he can do that again with this blue buff on Jax, he's very commit heavy. Hotshot sacrificing his early ganking a little bit. He needs to run directly to this blue to avoid getting counter jungled. Expect Big Fat LP to give him a bit of a blue pull here. Everyone knows he's going to be going for it. If they can successfully pull off this double buff steal, it could be very good for CLG early.
A real sneaky play from Hotshot, making sure that he saves his smite for his own blue buff. Big Fat going in and making sure that Hotshot gets a leash that he needs. It looks like Hotshot's going to be able to take both of these blues uncontested.
That's really good strategy here. Now what St. Vicious' counter is, if he realizes what's going on here, he's going to try to run into CLG's jungle. Now that he realizes the blue is gone, he knows what's up. He knows Hotshot just went to his blue. He's either going to try to gank top on Voyboy here or run in for the red. There's no wards. This could be a successful gank if they combo with taunts.
It looks like St. Vicious is there. If Westrice lands the taunt, he will. He does not land the taunt, and Voyboy pops his counter strike, and he's just going to be able to walk out of there. No Summer Spells burn.
Good defensive play there. Voyboy not overcommitting. He has been known in the past to use his leap strike completely recklessly, and St. Vicious used to punish him for it. Back when Saint was on CLG and Voyboy was on Dignitas, they're very familiar with each other's strategies at this point. And we'll see if he spends more attention top later.
Mid lane Orianna versus Karthus. It really seems like this is going to be a farm fest, Jat.
Jackie and Big Fat OP all about the minions. Jackie played so well in the semifinals, actually out minion killing and out pressuring Reginald in the first 2 games. He is very much emerging as a star for Curse Gaming. Karthus, one of the best farmers in the game, but very early on, actually getting out 22-12 by Big Fat OP's Orianna. He's playing it very carefully because of the presence of a jungle Alistar.
Bottom lane, St. Vicious waiting for that ward to run out. The ward goes, but Chauster immediately rewards, but St. Vicious is actually able to pick it up with that double strike.
Quick reflexes and reaction there. The twin bite counts as 2 attacks, and it's an auto attack reset, so Shyvana can essentially gobble wards if they get placed on top. Really good work by Saint, completely wasting the ward of CLG there.
Big Fat trying to put some pressure on the St. Vicious jungle, but St. Vicious is going to be able to pick up those wraiths. CLG and Hotshot doubling up on making sure those double goblins go down. Hotshot's going to back off, and we could see a gank from him soon.
Voyboy just doing his best to farm up in this lane, but because of that early gank, even though it didn't convert, it still put the fear into Voyboy. So that early blue buff they've given him has not allowed him to pull ahead in this lane. Westrice has 25 minions, Voyboy's sitting at 16. The lane's pushing to his side, so he will catch up a bit. But that blue buff, despite denying St. Vicious' experience, hasn't really done them much positives.
And bottom lane, looking at Cop at 27 minion kills to double lifts, 27 as well. They are dead even. Cop making sure that he makes those minion kills a priority because double lifts, minion kills are usually so strong.
They really just need to keep pace. What CLG needs to be fearful of is Curse's aggression come level 6. If they land the crescendo with Sona and jump in with the rest of Corki's damage, that's going to be their move. A lot of tension building in this game between these 2 teams because so much is on the line.
Both teams wanting to make sure that when they do engage, they're going to engage the right way, wanting to make sure that they get their farm, because a risky play, we saw TSM making risky plays, and often it would work out in their favor, but one play gone wrong could spell the end for one of these teams.
Neither team really deciding any kind of pull ahead here. The blue buff steal was nice for CLG, but it has not actually granted them any advantages, and it doesn't seem like St. Vicious has been put behind because of this. Hotshot running around with double buffs. They get the stun onto Westrice. Westrice needs to try a tricky escape here.
Voyboy jumping in onto Westrice. He doesn't see Hotshot yet. There he goes. He's going to loop away. He does have that dash still if he wants to be able to escape, and Voyboy jumping in once again. St. Vicious, though, is there. Westrice just out of range for that taunt, and Hotshot and Voyboy just going to disengage off of that one.
Westrice was communicating very well with St. Vicious there. You could tell they're still playing well. He did not need to burn his flash. A lot of players would have panicked in that situation. He knew he had St. Vicious coming up for help and did not have to burn. Here comes Hotshot for another gank.
Hotshot going in. He wants to get this kill onto Westrice. There's the headbutt. He flashes in. He gets the thing. Westrice does taunt, and he flashes out. Will he be able to get out? He is still slowed. Voyboy going in. Ignite going on onto Voyboy, and Voyboy is going to be able to pick up first blood, but Westrice gets the counter kill.
Back and forth in that top lane. There's a dive going down bottom as well. In comes a Karthus as well.
Saintfish is exhausting. Double Up is going to cleanse it. Saintfish is exhausted himself. He does have the hit down, and he's going to get slowed by the Glitterlin, so Double Up and Chaucer are just going to disengage.
Slightly wasted Karthus ult there. I believe Big Fat Elk, no, he did not interrupt that Karthus ult. It was just not enough damage coming down. Going back to that top lane gank very briefly, the kill and assist is more effective than just the kill, as well as factoring in the first blood. You get assist gold on top of the kill gold, and since Westrice's kill was unassisted, CLG comes on top in that gank.
Nijaki against Big Fat in this middle lane. Nijaki farming quite well, 43 minion kills. And there's the ultimate from Big Fat. Big Fat's going in, but he's not going to be able to do anything with the follow-up. Orianna has that fantastic front end burst, but if she doesn't get those auto attacks, that passive scaling with her ability power, she's not going to be able to get the amount of damage to drop Nijaki.
Big Fat, though, putting the pressure on Nijaki in a lot of ways. He's almost a full level ahead of him, and he's 15 minion kills up, so using that ultimate is mainly for harassment. He wants him to go back, and he wants to get pressure down on that tower. He is building up a lead on Nijaki here, and also since Nijaki has burned his ultimate, it's more the reason to push.
Hot shot once again in Curse Gaming's jungle. The collapse coming in from Voyboy and Big Fat to try and help him out. Big Fat's going to be able to
Nijaki has no resources. This is why Big Fat was applying the pressure.
Westrice and Saintfish are there, but they're going to be able to whack out. But the taunt going down from Westrice to try and counter this. Hotshot is at 50%, so he could go down, but there's the speed boost from Big Fat to get them out of there in a hurry. And bottom lane, Double Lift, baiting out an exhaust from Elements and Cop. So much aggression in that bottom lane with that Lulu slow.
Hotshot getting very aggressive with his build order here, rushes the Boots of Mobility and buys an early Oracle's Elixir before he even has access to his Unbreakable Will. Very tricky if he gets caught out of position by anything. He needs to proceed with so much caution. That blue steel, an incredibly aggressive, risky play, comes out on top, and they're trying to starve Nijaki of farm thus far by controlling that objective.
And Jat, we've seen this a lot from junglers like Snoopy, who love the Boots of Mobility directly into the Oracles. They want to get war control as fast as they can, and it seems like Hotshot wants to invade. He wants to be aggressive. We saw Lauda Mortis with the Maokai and the Alistar being as aggressive as he possibly can, and CLG's wants to get Curse on their back foot as soon as possible. They are being as aggressive as they can right now.
Saintfish now, as they give the blue handoff, takes an opportunity to counter jungle raids. He might move up for red. The one thing he's doing, if Hotshot is stealing his buff, Saintfish is making sure to keep farming. 50 minion kills to Hotshot's 37. His whole deal when he plays Shyvana is he tries to carry. He tries to create distraction. He is about team fighting and overall strength. Trying to keep up that pressure. Good Wraith steal.
And right now, CLG seems like they want to out-curse Curse. They want to control those objectives. We'll see if they're going to make Dragon a priority in this case. And they're sitting around, and they very well may go for it. No, Hotshot's just going for a ward clear. A couple pings going down from Curse. They thought that CLG might have been doing it, but Hotshot just going to back off into his own jungle and continue his clears.
The gank pressure from Hotshot, just by being there, just by clearing around the wards, just by knowing that they have a jungle Alistar in the game that could pop out at any moment and headbutt pulve combo you, is allowing his lanes a lot of freedom. Voyboy is doing well, 63 minion kills to 43. Big Fat LP in mid lane is bullying slightly with Orianna against Karthus, so just the presence of Hotshot right now is allowing CLG to get that really small advantage of 900 gold.
And also the aggression in the bottom lane from Double Lift and Chaucer is starting to show. Double Lift starting pulling ahead a little bit in the minion kills, 85 minion kills to Cop 66. And Cop has been perpetually at around 50% health. That poke from Lulu starting to pay dividends.
It's going to be very interesting whether Curse can get any kind of aggression up. The Rec Ring is back onto Nijaki. Westrice has his stand united, so the next time a skirmish comes down, Curse is potentially going to be able to lead a lot of assistance into it. CLG needs to play very careful. It's right in their style to stall, but it's not necessarily worked out for them. How are they going to deal about Curse's absolute map control mobility right now? Not from a ward sense, but from a global presence sense.
Nijaki's certainly going to have to keep farming. He is still behind 80 minion kills to Big Fat's 94, and Big Fat, we've seen him do incredible things with Orianna, not just with the damage, but also with the utility of that shield.
Hotshot's got to be really careful here. He spent so much time running into that Dragon Pit to clear out wards, but they're not turning it into anything. He hasn't really been farming. St. Vicious pulling a lead on him here. He puts a ward in that brush, but does not see it. He's doing so much time roaming around and worrying about wards, and might not be spending enough time ganking and actually taking objectives. What's the point of having no vision on Dragon if you're not going to do anything with it? They need to start taking some initiative. Clearing wards is great. Where's the action?
Voyboy has that red buff, so he could force some action if he wanted to, and Hotshot's content to just grab his race. Big Fat using that blue buff to pressure Nijaki as much as he can. He has that extra level on him, but Nijaki trying to hold his own and make sure that he just gets farmed. He has that Catalyst to protect him, so he's keeping with Big Fat on items at the moment, even though Big Fat is ahead of him, but only about 12 minion kills as Hotshot heads bottom lane, finds another ward, and just clears it out, continuing to try and deny Curse this vision.
So far, the big victory for CLG in this game has been the minion kill score. Bottom lane with double lift. All the 80 carries getting farmed. Big Fat will be getting jumped on, actually.
Phase check going on. St. Vicious jumps in with the ultimate. Big Fat is half health, and here comes the Shen ultimate from Westrise. Westrise going in, gets the ton onto Hotshot, but Hotshot pops his ultimate, and there's the Lulu knockup, and Chowster is just going to help them disengage. Smart play from CLG to get out of there in a heartbeat.
And now all 5 members of Curse are grouped up around the Dragon. The ultimates have came in, and CLG is low. Once again, though, they're going to be ready to trade the objectives. Voyboy pressuring top while Curse takes the Dragon. Good play by both teams, honestly.
Curse picking up that Dragon as they've been known to do. And Voyboy, as CLG has done in this game 1, going to respond with its power. So CLG continuing to make Curse pay for those clockwork Dragon takes.
Getting back to the AD carry battle between Doublelift and Cop. The games with TSM and Curse yesterday were really all about Chaos and Cop farming against each other. This game is going to be a little bit more about Voyboy's channeling on Jax, but it's still very impactful. The fact that Doublelift is pulling ahead of Curse by 30 minion kills already speaks volumes about how well that lane is going for Lulu and Graves. They need to make something happen with this. Their forces have yet to be that successful. Curse, or CLG, once again, countering Curse at seemingly every corner. The Karthus ults have not resulted in kills. The Shen ults have not resulted in reversal of battles. Very good job by CLG predicting what Curse is going to do next.
And CLG pulling ahead about 1,200 gold, 14 minutes into this game. Not a super big lead, but it is substantial enough to start potentially forcing things. St. Vicious looping around, but they have vision on him. They have done a great job, CLG, of making sure that they know where Saint is at all times.
Saint, having picked up that Oracles now, is going to try to prevent that from happening. CLG's been dodging his ganks very well. Shyvana, not the strongest ganker, but still a very strong presence. They need to combo it with Shen taunts. They need to combo it with the Wall of Pain from Karthus. He's still just farming. He is getting fairly big. They need a lot more from him.
Taunt going out from Westrise onto Voyboy, but Voyboy super tanky at this moment. He has the Phage as well as the Vampiric Scepter and the Mercury Treads to reduce that crowd control. Voyboy 1-1-0, 101 minion kills to Westrise's 67, so Voyboy is just dominating that lane, and Jax ahead in lane is a scary thing.
One of the only things keeping them close in gold is that Dragon, and the fact that St. Vicious has farmed so much more of the jungle than Hotshot GG. Again, handing off the blue buff to Big Fat OP. Hotshot trying to make his roam around. There's so many wards just being reapplied that these Oracle's Elixir are really just commonplace. They're consistently run by and clear wards, and then they're just replaced by others. A lot of wards coming out from both teams, allowing them to continue this laning with safety.
And Voyboy so aggressive in that top lane. All the lanes really just seem to be so strong. Jat, where do you think we're going to see the next major engage from CLG? Because they are starting to pull ahead, and they could snowball this game in a heartbeat.
So they may not have the triple teleport like they did last game, but they still have a teleport on Voyboy. And if you look at the way their team comp is structured, it is about supporting Voyboy and letting him jump in there and just be this Omega Beast. If we see any action, since they've already taken the top tower, it would be CLG actually working around Dragon. They could try two different things when Curse goes for the next one. They could try to get the second tower top because Voyboy can sit up there and pressure with teleport, or they could group 5 a Dragon and then have Voyboy teleport up there later. So really, CLG with a lot of the control right now.
CLG in complete control and content to slow the pace of this game down. Total gold at 15 minutes is 4,000 less than the game one. So in game one, CLG with that hurry up triple teleport strategy. In this one, they're opting for that late game farming. They have the late game terror that is Jax. Big Fat has that burst, and St. Vicious is there forcing the flash out from Big Fat. He's going to exhaust him and go in with the ultimate, but there's the vortex from Big Fat, but Nijaki, not content, wants to take Big Fat out. There's the taunt, and Nijaki goes, Big Fat goes down, but the rest of CLG is there. Teleport going down from Voyboy is there, but 4 members of first go around the crescendo going down from Hotshot, and Hotshot exhausted, ignited, and dead. Top taking him out, so aggression from Curse, making sure that they stay in this game.
5-man appear there by Curse. They just all converged at seemingly the same time. They're taking the initiative now, taking down Big Fat, taking down Hotshot. The Oracle's Elixir essentially makes that kill worth double. CLG trying to counter that with a press bottom. Every time Curse has had 5 members grouped in the same spot, this entire matchup, CLG's been split pushing elsewhere.
CLG punishing Curse every time they try to make an aggressive play, and this time is no different. There goes bottom turret in favor of CLG, but we are dead even in gold. More aggression coming down. 3 members of CLG going for double up. Double up is able to quick draw through the wall, and he's going to be able to get out of there with the help of the smoke screen. A lot of pings going down, and Nijaki trying to be aggressive, but he's out of range. Double lift firing the buckshot down to check for that red buff, and he's going to back out.
Unfortunately, in that last big engagement, Voyboy burned his teleport and didn't get much out of it. That's going to mean that it's not up for the next dragon, so they very well could just force it with 5 on Curse if Voyboy wants to stay up top. However, Voyboy is recalling in that top lane. The dragon coming up shortly. We'll see what ends up happening.
Curse wants to control this dragon. St. Vicious is going top lane. Nijaki is as well. Here could be another big exchange. Westrice is there. One taunt could signify the start of the engage. St. Vicious gets seen by the ward again, so Hotshot doing a smart job of warding. Voyboy is there. He has that counter-attack, that area of effect stun, if he's going to be able to land it on Westrice, but Westrice on Shen, so difficult to gank with that dash.
Especially with being a pure tank right now. Giant's Belt on top of a Torn Shield and a Heart of Gold with Mercury Treads. Really, you need a lot if you're going to come up ganking him, and while Alistar ganks grant a lot of crowd control, they do not grant that much damage. So really, Westrice can push with pretty much impunity in a lot of these situations. No more blue steals coming up from CLG. That last matchup where Curse appeared on them has got them a little bit gun-shy, it seems. They're trying the split push, but this gold is dead even. Next dragon might tell a lot.
And while the gold is dead even, take a look at Double Lift and Big Fat's farm. It is out of control. Double Lift 183 minion kills, Big Fat 172 by comparison. Cop is only at 129 and Nijaki at 156. So these two carries are getting large, even with a little less action from game one.
Everyone coming down for the dragon here. This is not a split push. The big thing here is Curse has access to an Oracle's Elixir and Hotshot has not repurchased one. So they can sit on wards, whereas Curse can make sure that when they go into a brush, they're invisible. Poke back and forth. Whoever starts the dragon puts themselves at a slight disadvantage. Curse moving a little bit away. They have the Shen ult coming up in a few seconds. Westrice will be able to join the fight when it starts. If CLG starts the dragon, they're going to put themselves at a disadvantage, and that'll give Curse the chance to initiate lots of poking back and forth. This could start at any moment.
Chat, where's this initiate going to come from these two teams?
Very well could be a Wall of Pain if it lands well, or Hotshot could go in with an Orianna ball and combo. Pulling out the dragon, it's on Curse to try to stop. There's the Wall of Pain.
Wall of Pain may have gone down, but Voyboy has his Trinity Force. That farming has been paying off, so CLG is going to be a terror, and there goes St. Vincent into the middle of this fight. Cobb is trying to put as much damage down as he can, and Nijaki has flashed in the exhaust going down onto Voyboy, but Voyboy does not care. He's going to put some serious pain down onto St. Vincent. St. Vincent is super low, but there's the crescendo on 3 members of Team CLG. Double Lift getting taunted by Westrice. He's super low. He's pushed out of the fight. One more hit will do it. Quick drop, but Cobb is able to take him out, and Chauster trying to run away desperately. He has that speed boost, but here comes the Requiem.
The stun interrupted
Will they
it.
get it? The stun interrupting it. Nijaki getting out with a sliver of help, but Elements able to take out Voyboy at the end of that exchange. A 2-for-0, but a bloody fight from both members of both teams.
Voyboy sacrificed his life to interrupt the Requiem, which could very well have taken out a large amount of CLG. With all of that, though, Curse comes out of that fight on top. Very good crescendo by Elements in that team fight, really turning it around. The dragon did go to CLG, so those 2 kills really evening themselves out and not allowing either team to really take an advantage.
In that fight, we are going to see it one more time and see that sacrifice from Voyboy.
So much here. The wall of pain is down, but they don't actually initiate on top of it. Curse should have went a little earlier. Saintfishes jumps in for a steal, but Hotshot gets it first. Nijaki comes in a little bit. They exhaust down to Big Fat, but he actually misses his wall of pain on him, so he gets away. The fight moves down below as well. They're trying to zone out on the double. The crescendo is really what turned it. This allowed Cop to come over, gets the Phospho Bomb on 3. They push in. Then they clean up double lift. They almost clear him out with the collateral damage and the dissonance from Orianna. But really, everyone's slow. Nijaki coming. Voyboy knows he's going to kill 3. Interrupts it with the stun, costing him his life.
Nijaki fortunately being able to get out of there. And something else beyond that, Voyboy, super scary. He has the rev up and he just wants to 1v1 Westrice at this point. He has the Trinity Force, and look at that damage. Late game terror. Jax, the taunt going down, and Voyboy pops the Embarrass right. There goes the ultimate. This 1v1 is absolutely ridiculous. And Cop, on the other hand, bottom lane, so much action going out now. Nothing was happening in this game too, but here we go. CLG going for the Baron.
Double Lift actually dying in the bottom lane, but they knew there were 3 members of Curse for that gank. They were happening at the same time now. CLG does not have enough damage to take down this Baron. They're going to have to back away.
Westrice getting a little too aggressive. He got caught out of position by Voyboy, and that Jax is huge. He almost, actually, quick correction, he has not finished his Trinity Force, but those Phage procs help him chase down Westrice. He has the Zeal, he has the Phage, and he also has that Vampiric Scepter in case Westrice wanted to do any form of trade. That lifesteal paying off in that exchange.
Think of how strong he is with those items, and then multiply that number for late game Jax. He's going to be even bigger, especially when you consider the fact that he is going to be enlarged by Lulu and shielded by Orianna. So much threat going to be coming from Voyboy late game. Curse needs to pretty much not let it to get that point.
And chat, without Westrice, if CLG is able to take Westrice out, Curse has no global presence. Well, they have the Nijaki damage, but they will not be able to do that split pushing that they may have been wanting to do to push CLG off of balance. We're going to do a quick replay of that bottom lane kill.
And really, you can see they were most likely a little bit distracted by what was happening up top. Good reverse gank by Saintfishes here. Double lift. No flash from the previous fight. Gets taken out by the Dragon's Descent. And it was really just a clean kill by Saintfishes and Cop.
Saintfishes making sure that whatever opportunities he gets, he's going to jump all over them. And Voyboy continuing to farm. He's at 148 minion kills, and the more farm he gets, the more kills he gets.
Gonna try to steal. He got it.
There's some damage going in. Hotshot stealing that blue. Saintfish is going in, but Hotshot's going to headbutt him out. Saintfish is going in. Westrice holding him, and Cop trying to put as much damage down as he can. Hotshot getting exhausted. He's getting ignited. Will he go down? He is so tanky, but Nijaki, one last play waste, is going to do it.
And Double Lift actually bottom lane. That could be a potential 3v5 for Curse if they decide to go for it. Double Lift running up though. Hotshot again, too aggressive with that blue steal. Not quite worth it. Curse turning it around to capitalize. They're sticking together. They're forcing their fights. Curse keeping this game close.
First, they are slowly working their way back into this game. Nijaki, as well as Westrice, trying to catch up in farm, and they're doing a pretty good job of closing the gap. But Cop, despite that kill, is still very much behind Double Lift. 217 minion kills to Cop's 168.
Even though he has 3 kills, like you say, to 2 deaths of Double Lift has more gold, 7,400 to 7,100. As this late game arrives, it's going to be so great for Double Lift because all the threat is going to be concentrated onto Voyboy. He's going to be able to sit back and just do work onto all of Curse. Curse is not something that also has differentiated threat. Cop and Karthus, both very, very important to take down in team fights. Whether Nijaki can position well enough to protect Cop in team fights, it's going to be extremely close engagements the next time they happen.
And Voyboy has just finished his Trinity Force, so that threat level has just gone through the roof. Cop also finished his Trinity Force as well. Westrice picking up his Phage. He has the armor, the chain vest, as well as the Dorn Shield and the Heart of Gold, so he is full tank. As you mentioned, there's Saintfishes, the insta drop of those wards, and Voyboy continuing to do what Jax does best, which is push, 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 farm, farm, farm. He's at 163 minion kills. He wants to build off of that Trinity Force.
Jax is really such a fantastic pick against Shen, especially with teleport. Curse can no longer decide to make the split push. They can no longer force CLG into any action because Voyboy can either duel Shen and interrupt him from stand uniting in, or can just teleport right with him and arrive right on time.
Magic trying to get the wall of paint and get Voyboy out of position, but Voyboy anticipating it and being able to get out of there. He looped into the Dragon Pit. St. Fishers thought he was there, but Voyboy gonna be able to get out of there. A-okay.
Gonna try to just rush this down, it looks like. Don't think CLG's in position to harass. Instead, they're gonna take a move up. And really, you can just see CLG's priority of Dragon much lower than Curse's priority of Dragon. And again, Curse picks it up.
Curse 2 Dragons, 2-1 for CLG. That one Dragon coming from that large team fight. But Curse Gaming has lost despite having Dragon advantage, so that isn't always going to tell the tale of them pulling ahead, because at the end of the day, they are very much ahead, but one big fight from CLG could turn it around.
Really, now that the Dragon is down, what's going to force the next set of action? There's a couple towers down around the map. You can see that Curse still holds that middle tower. They hold that tower more dear than all the rest of them. In the first game, that was the last outer tower to fall as well. Trying their best to contain that, because when that fell in the first game, they really started to lose control, especially with Voyboy's teleport, forcing them around the map. The frustrating counter-initiates that have come out from CLG all series. Curse needs to hold that. They need to turn fights into their favor. They really need to make something happen. Surprisingly, CLG's been taking all the initiative. Curse needs to take some of it back.
In Jada, smart pick. Shen, a typical split pusher. Jax with teleport, who can deal so much more damage. And there we go, another 1v1. Stun going down onto Voyboy. Voyboy has that phage, and he does have that red buff. And Westrush, we've seen this before. Let's watch the rerun. Flash going out from Westrush. He still has that dash. There's the dash. Voyboy flashing. He gets exhausted, and St. Vicious is going to try and turn this one around. Here comes the Requiem, but here comes Element. Will he be able to land the crescendo? He does have that speed boost. Voyboy trying to get some form of stun, but St. Vicious jukes it. He gets the slow once again. He's using the red buff. Voyboy getting a taste of his own medicine as St. Vicious chases him down, punishing that CLG aggression.
St. Vicious knows Voyboy so well. You could tell they baited that in. They knew he was going to go all in for the dive. Westrush did a great job flash point. Oh, mid lane with Night Jacket. Everything going down. The Shadow misses.
Shen going in. Westrush getting the taunt onto Hotshot, and Westrush is going to take him out. Big Fat extremely low. Gonna really get out of there, but there's the Valkyrie from Cobb. The missile. One more missile will do it. No, Cobb is going to miss it, and Big Fat's going to be able to get out of there. And here comes Curse. They do not want to go away quietly. St. Vicious taking down this bottom turret. A flurry of action as we approach 30 minutes of this game 2.
Curse really starting to stack the kill lead up in their favor, 9-3. The control actually starting to shift back into Curse here. Once they shut down the split push presence of Voyboy and make it think twice about doing that, they will start to contain it. They will control and start creating a team fight phase. Turret goes down. 4 turrets now for them. Curse is starting to maybe get a glimmer of hope here. 4,000 gold advantage. This might be looking good.
But you can never count out an AD carry that is extremely farmed. Doublelift has the Phantom Dancer, he has the Bloodthirster, he just picked up a Negatron Cloak, 266 minion kills to Cop's 210. Cop still has those 3 kills and those 2 assists. And despite Curse getting some good picks, we said at the beginning, if Voyboy overcommits, he could be in trouble. Curse making him pay for that one, but overall CLG still extremely strong despite Curse having the lead.
Voyboy's intro says he can single-handedly decide the outcome of a match. That goes both ways. He can completely carry, or he can make mistakes like that and cost his team the game. He can still go either way right now. So much is going to be channeling onto him. They're trying to get this mid tower down. Both AD carries are actually pretty much dead even in gold, only 100 more on Cop. These fights are going to be so close and count so much on absolutely perfect execution. Cannot wait until they break out.
And both of those AP carries having the Rod of Ages and the Rabadon's Death Cap, so they're going to be able to burst Nijaki, especially being able to get a ton of damage out on all 5 members of CLG. Big Fat's burst a little bit more difficult to land, but with that, Jax going to be in the middle of the fight. He can throw his ball onto Jax with that shield and pop that Vortex to initiate that fight.
CLG getting corralled here. They're not able to split push. Voyboy's trying to make something happen. He does have that teleport up. This is going to force something pretty soon. Curse is not sending anybody for Voyboy. This means that they're going to try to make something happen in this 4v5 situation, whether it's towers or a fight.
Hold on, there's the headbutt, but Big Fat turning it around, and wow, look at that first! Teleport going in from Voyboy, so Voyboy has quickly joined the fight, and CLG just punishing Curse. for that aggression. They were able to take out Cop and Nijackie with that insta-burst from the collateral damage, and Elements is going to soon join them as Big Fat goes down, showing the power of those combination ultimates. The collateral damage plus the shockwave. Oh my lord.
CLG, knowing the Curse was going to try to force something, actually beat them to the punch, catching two of them out with this amazing Orianna combo. And here, once again, St. Vicious with an ultimate up. Will he be able to steal this Baron away from Hotshot? It's going to be very difficult. We could try to see a Baron steal. CLG going for this really hard.
St. Vicious is there. He gets ignited. He still has his ultimate, so he could dive in. He does not have vision anymore. And Westrise put on vision, but there goes St. Vicious going in. He has the ultimate, and he is ulted by Westrise. Baron is not down yet, but this is a 3v2 situation. 2v4 actually. Double is going to slay St. Vicious, and there go the hopes of the Baron. But here comes Nijackie getting one kill, a small consolation, but CLG picking up the Baron.
Well played engagement by CLG there. Oh my, Cop might come in. Can he stop Boy and double it here? Oh no, he cannot.
Just out of reach. Cop is going to Valkyrie through. Big Fat and Chapter see him. They both have speed boost, and they're going to get out of there in a hurry. St. Vicious jumping in early, had the Westrise ultimate, and they tried to fight that 2v4, but it was not enough as CLG picks up the Baron. They need to do something with it right now.
That was a very clean Baron by CLG in a lot of ways. They did not let the Baron go to chance. They knew that if they just held back the damage, they had the freedom to wait and bait St. Vicious into jumping in early. Once he jumped in, it was the 4v2. No risk of a Baron steal. They cleaned it up. It did cost one member of their lives, but they got the Baron. That is so huge for CLG. Curse had just been pushing them down. Curse is picking up another dragon. This is going to give them a bit of a gold lead, but that Baron is more important than a few thousand gold. CLG going to be pushing around here. Voyboy, Guardian Angel, he's really, really big here. CLG's going to look to dive. They're going to look to press right here.
With the Jax, they can very well do that, as well as the Alistar. So much crowd control that can just set Voyboy up. They have the area of effect stun, they have the knockup, they have the Lulu knockup, as well as that devastating ultimate in damage, as well as crowd control. And Orianna has picked up her Void Staff as Voyboy jumps onto St. Vicious. The stun going down, St. Vicious is going to be able to get out of there, but Voyboy is not done with him yet. He is continuing to commit. He has the slowdown, and Big Fat is helping him out. There's the first St. Vicious so low. His ultimate just popped, and CLG with that is going to want to push down this middle turret. It is extremely low.
We got a lot of tower damage while St. Vicious was getting chased around by Voyboy, and that is just the utmost aggression from Voyboy right now. He has so much support behind him. They might continue to just keep pushing it, or they'll go bottom to that last tower.
Normally we see CLG trying to stall other teams out. Wow, look at that damage on the Cop. He was at 50% health before that Element's heal, so Big Fat is starting to potentially carry out this game with Voyboy being so large. That Trinity Force Guardian Angel combination is terrifying, and that front end damage from Big Fat, if he lands one good ultimate, this game too could be well over.
The command shockwave, that ultimate, being able to channel it on top of pretty much whoever he wants. Both Hotshot and Voyboy have targeted blink essentially abilities to just get into Curse, and then combo with all of their area of effect. They pulled it off so expertly to get a hold of that Baron buff, and Curse needs to be careful not to group up so that can't happen to them again. CLG, very strong team fighting phase. Curse fighting for their lives right now.
Double lift, grabbing the blue buff before backing off. CLG going to retreat and regroup. They are actually behind in gold, but it is so small at this point in time, 35 minutes in, that it all comes down to that one fight. So much on the line for these small moments of this game too.
They have about a quarter of their Baron buff remaining. Don't know if they're going to be able to convert something off of it, or if they feel the need to press. They're flying in with that Orianna speed boost, trying to speed their way into mid. There's a split push going down by Westrise. This is going to force CLG into a bit of action here. They need to make him come back. They need to create some kind of pressure so he doesn't feel safe split pushing.
There's a wall of pain from Nijackie. They're trying to clear these waves as fast as they can. But CLG is there. Voyboy looks like he wants to die. He's pushing in. There's the pain down. The shockwave going down onto Cop, but no follow-up from CLG. Unfortunately, they weren't able to do anything despite getting that AD carry in that shockwave.
Must be a lot of chatter going on for CLG here because that split push by Westrise is increasing. They are falling back a bit, making Westrise uneasy. He's waiting in that brush, waiting to see what happens next. Successfully pushed out of the base by Curse.
Big Fat popping that speed boost. Him and Chauster are going to be able to get out of that Saintfish's range. Saintfish's has his ultimate up again. CLG looking to rotate into that bottom lane. Voyboy's just going to farm it out. He's at 206 minion kills, 3 kills, 3 deaths, 2 assists to Westrice's 3 kills, 3 deaths, 6 assists. Voyboy definitely ahead in minion kills. Westrice only having 171, and Westrice going for a Trinity Force himself.
It'll be good. They're going to try to zone out Double Lift with those items. It's really going to be on Cop to kill Voyboy, which I don't think can happen, and it's going to be on Saintfish's and Westrice to take out Double Lift in these team fights. They're working up their dive buddy combo. They need enough damage to take him down. Random Omen going to be very big for Saintfish's on this dive. And what are they planning? Westrice waiting in that brush, looking at Voyboy split push. A lot of chaos on the map right now. People a little bit out of position. Westrice going to try to fight Voyboy. This has not worked out well for him in the past.
A lot of pings going down. Westrice just going to back off and try and continue to keep that lane pushed, but we know, we've seen it before, that if there's a 1v1, Voyboy on that Jax is looking extremely strong.
A lot of back and forth action going there. Voyboy jumping on Westrice. There are turrets in the area. What is going to happen next? The Baron is off of CLG. It's going to be coming up fairly shortly. They may just be waiting for that moment, waiting to try to create some split push action. They have the teleport on Voyboy. Everyone has all of their summoners up right now. Next fight has the potential to be very, very explosive.
Big Fat in the mid lane, continuing to push out this mid lane. 38 minutes into this game, Hotshot sitting around. Chauster has the oracles now. We talked about this a couple times with the support and the jungler swapping that oracles around to make sure that they keep it alive as long as possible.
Look at this, dead even gold, 38 minutes into the game. Dead even towers, 38 minutes into the game. It's about as close of a game as we could expect. Hotshot, Chauster roaming around. The Oracle's Elixir actually on Chauster. They passed it off. Hotshot had lost a couple of Oracle's Elixirs earlier. Not wanting to fall too far behind and farm. It's a good thing they passed it off to Chauster for that. Curse all grouping up. They have the Oracles on Elements because Saintfish's has lost his. Them doing the Oracle pass as well. Posturing around Baron for when it comes up, trying to gain control of the area. This next fight, this late in the game, could very well decide it.
Hotshot had been cut out a couple of times. We saw him aggressively making sure that that all of his spots are staying warded. We saw Saintfish's killed a ward, Hotshot popped one right back in. And all 5 members of Curse are pushing up. Once again, they want to fight.
Voyboy split pushing down bottom. I believe Baron's coming up in 15 to 20 seconds. This is going to potentially force something. Westrice going down. They're going to make a 4v4, so really just matching each other's movement here. Saintfish is around the back, maybe looking to flank it on a fight. A lot of tension. These teams need to be so careful because death timers get longer and longer as the game progresses.
Chad, at this level, at this late in the game, what are these teams telling each other?
Most of them are just waiting for the exact right moment. One poorly timed initiate when the game is this close will give you the disadvantage that costs you the game. I'm sure CLG is screaming at each other when things go down. Voyboy trying to dive on this tower, get damage. He does have an advantage on Westrice, but because of that, Curse is actually posturing around Baron. At any moment, they could go for the right initiate. It's just a matter of patience for both of these teams. Whoever has the most patience, whoever gets the right initiate, very well come out super far on top.
Over in Westrice staying low. Saintfish is there. Hotshot tries to get it. He headbutts him out of his own pulverize. Unfortunately, unable to get that combination, which could have set CLG ahead. Some pokes going down onto Saintfish's, but Saintfish is going to back off, try to lifesteal some of that damage. The minions following him into the jungle. Big Fat sticking around and trying to get some poke, but Double Lift and the rest of CLG once again.
Saintfish is jumping from
but here comes Saintfish is flanking in. There's the Shen ultimate. Hotshot is extremely low. He pops ultimate and he flashed out, but Double Lift does nukes Nightjackie. And here comes Voyboy. Voyboy getting exhausted. The crescendo coming out from Elements gets most of the members of CLG, but there's a double kill from Double Lift. Double Lift flashing and just doing some work. There's the shield, and a couple more hits will do it. And Double Lift going down finally, but not before Voyboy shutting him down. There's the ace, and this could be another inhibitor.
That may not have been the case. Westrice went back to the base, and they're trying to defend him off of this inhibitor. They're all very low. Will Westrice be able to disrupt it? Chauster.
CLG. The crowd is cheering. That was not an ace, and as a result, Westrice is trying to turn it around. two members of CLG so low. Westrice jumping onto Chapter. There's the taunt going down, and Westrice is going to take Chapter out, punishing CLG for that inhibitor. But first inhibitor of this game 2 going to CLG. Will they be able to capitalize on this advantage?
So again, they have that inhibitor down now, so the floodgates are potentially open. That burned the teleport on Voidboy and the ultimate from Westrice. So there will be a window where Westrice has global presence and Voidboy does not. They picked a clear advantage off that fight. It did cost Voidboy his Guardian Angel. That will not be up for another 5 minutes. The Baron is up. The inhibitor is down. Something's going to force here. The ultimate's coming back very shortly. That fight, while in the big favor of CLG, did not decide anything definitively. Nijaki on Karthus, one of the fastest Baron killers in the game. Either team, if they catch the other team off guard, could rush this. They know Chouster is still dead. All 5 members of Curse are alive. They might force it right here.
Curse is rushing for it, but Hotshot is there. He does not have his flash, so he's going to have to walk right into this one.
He's going to have to try steal if they
The
want
rest of CLG going in. Hotshot is there, but the Crescendo from Elements is going to prevent Hotshot from getting the Baron. And Curse, there goes the Shirley's, but a brilliant shockwave from Big Fat is going to prevent Curse from engaging. A smart ultimate from Elements to lock Hotshot up and allow Curse to finish off that Baron and stall this game out.
Unreal game. CLG had the longest game in competitive history yesterday, 76 minutes. This game shaping up to be epic as well, going punch for punch. Dead even gold, 43 minutes into the game. The inhibitor traded for the Baron essentially. CLG getting a Dragon, trying to pull ever so far into the advantage. Max items going out for double it already at 42 minutes. This game is going to be incredibly explosive.
And this late in the game, we are almost dead even. 1,000 gold separates these two teams. 43 minutes in, 13 kills to 12 in favor of Curse, 6 turrets to 5 in favor of CLG. 1 inhibitor to CLG, Baron to Curse. It could go either way at this point.
Curse now. What are they going to do with this Baron buff? Because they've been losing the straight 5v5 team fights. They've been getting this gold back by catching CLG a little bit out of position. They forced that Baron when CLG wasn't ready for it. The kill on Chouster was able to convert. Westrice dashing through the Dragon Wall, trying to stay safe. And CLG, despite knowing the Curse has a Baron, is still past the halfway point of the map, so they want to still create something. They're confident that Curse cannot force something onto them. This is a very dangerous play. The pressure is staying up from CLG. They're trying to take it into the will
onto Hotshot. Westrice putting the taunt down. He does pop the Rondos as well. He's extremely low, and CLG is just going to disengage from this. But not before putting a lot of pain down onto Westrice. He is low.
Tower getting low. The Baron team is actually the ones getting pressured back. If they land one good wall of pain, St. Vicious can jump in for it. Elements has his flash up in about 15 seconds for the Crescendo, and there they go, they want the fight.
St. Vicious going in, the taunt going out from Westrice. Westrice will just take double, but double is going to cleanse it. There's the knockup, and CLG is going to want to potentially turn this one around. They are pushing back in. Westrice, one more taunt, and there's the Crescendo from Elements. He gets a couple members of CLG, and Nijak is going to take out double, and Curse is steamrolling in this fight. Here comes the Requiem. But a double kill from Big Fat's Guardian Angel being popped. Hotshot as a sliver of health, and Kava is going to shut Big Fat down. Another bloody exchange, back and forth continues. 3 for 3 for both teams as we approach the 45-minute mark.
That fight actually turned out dead even, but if you had to crown a victor, it would actually be CLG because they got the Baron buff off of 3 members of Curse, and because they had the fight on the Curse side of the map, they may not lose any towers. Cop trying his best to push up this side lane and create an objective win off of this. Elements down to the bottom trying to defend against his inhibitor as well. These fights so explosive, and Voidboy actually completed a Warmog's armor. Let's get a replay of that incredibly close, explosive team fight. St. Fitch is trying to jump in, but the peel of CLG just so hard to initiate on. The wall of pain does hit. The big man on double lift comes up. He does get picked off a little bit though, able to get finished off. So close. If double lift would have lived, they could have cleaned up. And Nijaki, so much damage from Defile. The Requiem comes in, allowing some cleanup. Cop doing a great job surviving that entire fight, channeling his inner Chaos, able to finish off Big Fat OP after this Guardian Angel res.
But while that exchange was happening, the middle inhibitor of CLG paying dividends. Look at that Nexus Tower. First Nexus Tower down for CLG. So while Curse showing that they can potentially win or go even in those fights, they aren't taking care of their base.
If that inhibitor goes down again, or if CLG wins any type of small team fight, that base will not last long. Curse in more threat than CLG of losing this game right now, just due to the status of their base. CLG in a bit of a turtle. Voidboy again trying to split push. He has the teleport up. The 5 minutes has passed. His Guardian Angel is active again. How is this going to play out? CLG and Curse both capable of initiating fights if they feel it's necessary.
CLG is on the defensive, but Voidboy trying to turn that around. He is still split pushing. His teleport is up. Curse trying to put it down, but there's an incredible shockwave from Big Fat, and St. Vicious jumping on top of Doublelift, but Doublelift has the Lulu ultimate. Nijak keeps flashing in to try and make something happen, but Big Fat takes him out almost immediately. Here comes the Requiem for the massive amount of damage, but Big Fat has that shield, and Doublelift takes St. Vicious out, so there's the turnaround, and here goes the beeline CLG hanging down.
Death timers.
They want to chase, they want to push. 60 seconds on St. Vicious, 53 on Nijaki. CLG can do something. They have the speed boost. Chaucer using his personal speed boost to get ahead and stay with the group. Westrice is still up, Cop is still up, Elements is still up, but all 5 members of CLG are alive and well, and Voidboy on Jack still has that Guardian Angel.
They're going to look to force this. They're taking the inhibitor down. There's only one tower to worry about the damage of. The main damage dealers are mainly down for Curse. Cop going to try to hold them off. They're diving in. They're trying to end this game right now and move on.
Here's the fight. The stun going down, but Westrice countering with the taunt. He gets 2 members of CLG. Doublelift cleansing almost immediately, and look at that damage from that Graves. But Cop responding with some damage of
Cop
his own.
goes down. This game is over.
Ignite going down. Cop getting low. Will he go down? One more hit will do it. Doublelift takes him out. Doublelift is cutting absolutely everybody. He cleanses. He's ignited. He's pushing. 4 members of CLG. Elements getting exhausted. And with this, CLG is going to push it down. They are going to take this third place of this North American Regional. Holy moly, what a finish, Jack.
Look at the exuberance on CLG's face. They move on. They have qualified. The trip to Korea was worth it. Everything they have worked so hard for. The years and years of practice. They have been in it from the start. And now they move on.
There were so much back and forth in that game too. Nothing was happening. There were a couple of exchanges, engages, disengages, bloody fights left and right, 3 for 3 exchanges, 2 for 2 exchanges, Guardian Angels being popped anywhere. So much damage. What made the difference, Jat?
That was really just the initiative that CLG was able to take. They did not let Curse push them around. So much threat being created by Orianna and Voidboy allowed Doublelift to sit back. You saw they tried to finish him. Getting Doublelift low wasn't enough to win the fights. Everyone else chipped in. A team effort by CLG. That's a close 2-game series. Unreal.
Unreal indeed. Let's get a replay of that last exchange where Doublelift refused to die and as a result got a triple kill.
So they knew they had to force this one, and Cop knew that they needed to prevent this. The 5-on-3 is developing. They go in hard on the tower. Voidboy takes a lot of damage. They're punting Cop away, trying to stop him from killing them. At this point, Curse knows, holy crap, if this turret dies, we're going to lose the next. They have to dive in. Cop moving up really far. They get him CC a little bit. They get the pulverize down. He flashes in to try to finish off the bet. He doesn't, but Westrice does. And now the quick draw comes up at the perfect time. They finish off Westrice, and Elements is not enough to hold off 4 members of CLG. Once they get the ace, Nexus dies. They're the 3rd placers.
And in a match where it was all on the line, CLG turned it up. We said they had to take initiative. They couldn't play defensive. They had to take it to Curse. That's exactly what they did. They had to generate more threat. What has more threat than a fed and farmed Jax?
Voidboy, sometimes reckless play, sometimes incredible play. His dives were impeccable that game. The fact that he shut down the global presence of Shen, the fact that they killed Nijaki in places where his Defile could not destroy them. What an amazing 3rd place match, and well earned by CLG to move on.
An incredible finish, and we will be right back with an interview from the winners, CLG, your 3rd place team, coming up right after this.